Hello, fans. This is Dr. V, and this is episode 30 of the Ask the Doc Life Lessons You Should Have Been Taught in School podcast. Hi, hope everything's going well for you guys. I'm going to be your host, and I look forward to sharing this critical information with you. The purpose of this episode is to provide you with some insight to avoid burnout. I will also share with you the major causes of burnout and the signs that you are feeling completely overwhelmed. Let's first start by defining burnout, followed by what I said, the signs you are burned out, and then the major causes associated with this horrible feeling of being overwhelmed. Let me preface this by telling you that in the secret episode attached to Patreon, I detail an additional 10 ways to avoid burnout. Okay, here we go. What is burnout, and how do we define it? Occupational burnout, as it's called, defined by the World Health Organization, is a workplace phenomenon resulting from chronic stress that is not being managed, resulting in a variety of symptoms. That's the bottom line. So what are the signs that you might be burned out or overwhelmed? The major symptoms include a significant decline in your productivity, headaches, even migraines, severe stress. Nothing seems to make you feel happy, and you've developed a negative attitude about life. Additionally, you continue to miss deadlines. You are feeling fatigue all the time. You are having emotional outbursts over little things that are insignificant. You are not sleeping well. And finally, your participation and engagement in life has declined. The major causes of burnout. My gosh, let's tackle these. Here's why people become burned out. They're ignoring self-care and their overall health. Very important. The healthier you are, the better your brain works, the more likely you're not going to have any sort of mental disorder. Denial that there's a problem. A major life event like a divorce or a death of a loved one. Being asked to do meaningless work that upsets people. A toxic workplace. Feeling undervalued. An unreasonable workload. Constant micromanagement. 24/7 ties to work. Boy, I've been there. Mismatched values, and lastly, an inability to say no to people. This is a big one because there's a lot of people that fall into that category. So how do we avoid burnout? Let me also state that I know that this is easier said than done. That being said, these steps will definitely make a difference. So follow these 10 steps and you'll at least be in a better position than you are today. The first step is to recognize the warning signs of burnout as outlined in the podcast. I just told you. If you're having a significant decline in productivity, you're not sleeping, you're feeling fatigued, etc., then you're probably burned out. Number 2, important to create a work-life balance. Work smarter, not harder, as they say. I know people can't necessarily do what I'm going to tell you next, but I only work 3.5 days a week, with the other half of the week focused on my self-care, going to the gym, doing the things that I love, and that creates that work-life balance. Number 3, make mental health and well-being a major priority. Go for therapy if you're willing to set aside your pride and talk to a professional. Get a health checkup while you're a general practitioner to determine if there's any underlying symptoms. Number 4, research employee paid wellness programs such as flexible work, even remote work. Number 5, discuss your workload with human resources, your boss, or a professional. Number 6, a crucial one, take a break. Again, I realize that most people may not be able to do this, but for me, I take a break every 90 days and travel solely to relax. Learn to say no, which I cover a lot more in depth in the secret episode, so tune in. Number 8, figure out the triggers that cause the burnout. Is it something that your spouse or your partner says? Is it something? It's how your boss treats you? You have to figure out what is causing the triggers. Number 9, learn to manage your stress level. There are, again, many more ways to do this in the secret episode. And finally, number 10, find your escape. For me, my escape is playing my guitar or reading. Those are the 2 things I love to do just to get away from life. The conclusion, follow these steps to both recognize burnout and create a game plan to eliminate it. And finally, remember, we actually suffer more in our imagination than we do in reality. Signing off, this is Dr. V.